Jenkin Ansible Wordpress automation. This video we are explaining Jenkin automation using Ansible script. Ansible part we are discussing Jenkin Ansible management server setup, how to write Ansible script using ansible-galaxy, Ansible roles, how to declare variable in Ansible role, Ansible module for mysql database user creation, file creation, how to edit a file using Ansible regular expression. Jenkin part we are discussing Jenkin job creation, execution, verifying the status of Ansible Jenkin job and WordPress installation. Contents of this video: Ansible management server setup, writing WordPress installation script, Ansible playbook, Jenkin job execution, WordPress installation, and activating a theme for website. Management server setup. Install Ansible in the management server. Passwordless authentication setup for client and server. Sudo user access setup. Ansible client inventory setup. WordPress installation script. We are creating 5 roles in the role folder. Each role we are writing the required script. First role server, then mysql, web server, WordPress, and services. Jenkin job execution. Creating a Jenkin job, executing the Jenkin job, checking the status of Jenkin job execution. WordPress installation. WordPress installation and activating a theme for website. Now we can start writing the script in the server. Now we can start writing Ansible WordPress automation script. We have divided the script into 5 steps. Each steps we are creating a role. We can create a role directory. In that directory we can create folder for each roles. We have created the role directory. We can create roles using ansible-galaxy init command. After creating the role folder, we can write the Ansible script for each roles. Server role, we have to write the script for package installation and starting the required services. MySQL role, we have to write the script for database and database user creation. Web server role, to create the website configuration for WordPress installation. Next, we can create a WordPress role. WordPress role we are used to download and install the WordPress application and creating a WordPress configuration file. Services role, after complete the installation we need to restart the MySQL and HTTP services. Now we have created the roles. Each role have a task folder that contain main.yml file. We are writing the script in the main.yml file. Now we can check the main.yml file. The role creation has been completed. Now we can start writing the scripts. First we can start the server script, installation of packages. Now we can go to the task folder in the server role. The task folder main.yml file, we are writing the script. To install the packages, we are writing an Ansible loop. we are using DNF module for installation. We have created the loop. Now we can add the packages as items. First, the package for web server, then MySQL server and Python 3 MySQL client. The script connecting to the MySQL database using the Python 3 MySQL client package. So Python 3 is very important for this automation. Now the PHP and the required PHP modules. We have to download the WordPress, so we need to add the wget and git packages in the installation list. The packages list has been completed. After completing the packages list, we have to write the services script for starting the services. For MySQL database and user creation, we need to ensure the MySQL server is up and running. So we are writing the service starting script in this role. So first we can write the MySQL start script, then web server start script. our installation script has been completed. Now we can start writing the MySQL script. MySQL script, we can declare the variable in main.yml file in the default folder. We can call this variable in the main.yml file in the task folder. So first we can declare the variable for database, username and password. We have declared the variable. Now you have understood how to write variable in the Ansible roles. Now we can write the database and user creation script in the task folder main.yml file. First the database creation script, then user creation and privileges. The MySQL user creation and database script has been completed. Now we can start write the web server script. web server configuration, we need to create a configuration file for WordPress. We are using line in file module for creating the configuration file. First, we need to create a configuration file wordpress.conf. Then we can add the required configuration detail to the configuration file. In line in file module, we have to provide the path of the configuration file, that is /etc httpd conf.d wordpress.conf. You can create any configuration file using this format. We are providing the required vhost details: server name, server alias, document root, and error file name. As per your requirement, you can change the configuration file. This is for learning purpose, so I am adding the required fields only. Our virtual host configuration has been completed now. we have done one mistake in the configuration file. We can change that now. Instead of dot we need to provide colon, so we have corrected it now. Now our web server configuration has been completed. Now we can start writing the WordPress script. WordPress, first we need to download the WordPress from the WordPress site. We are using get URL Ansible module for downloading WordPress. We need to extract the WordPress in the document root of website. So we are using unarchive Ansible module to enter the WordPress. First we can write the download script. We need to provide the website URL and the destination folder for downloading the WordPress. We are extracting the WordPress in the document root of the website. So we can provide destination as the document root of the website. Next, change the permission of the WordPress document root as per the requirement. We are running web server as root, so we are giving the root permission to WordPress. Next step is not necessary for WordPress installation. After installation of WordPress, we can access the website through the web interface. We need to provide the database, username and password during the WordPress installation. To avoid that, we are creating the WordPress configuration file using Ansible script. Usually first accessing the WordPress, it will go to the wp-config-sample.php file that asking these details. We are creating wp-config.php file through the Ansible, so it does not asking the database detail. Once we created the wp-config.php file, we are giving the username, database and password in the wp-config file. Now we can edit the wp-config.php file. I have done this to discuss the regular expression module of Ansible, that you will get the knowledge of how to edit the file using regular expression. We are changing the database name, username and password using regular expression. We have to provide the destination file name, regular expression of the word we want to replace. Then we need to provide the replace name. Now we have completed the editing of configuration file. WordPress script has been completed now. We need to restart the mysql and HTTP server. Now we can write the restart script. We have created a configuration file for web server. We also created and edited the WordPress configuration file. We need to restart the web server to effect these changes. So we are writing a restart script for web server and MySQL server. First we are writing the script for mysql restart, then http server. Now our script has been completed. We can create a playbook.yml file for script execution. In the playbook, we have to provide the client details. We have already written the script in each role, so we have to write the playbook to execute the roles as per the requirement. As per our script, first server role, mysql, web server, WordPress and services. So we are writing a playbook accordingly. First server, then mysql, web server, WordPress and services. It will execute accordingly. The playbook has been completed. Now we can start configure the management server and start executing the Ansible playbook. Ansible management server setup. First we need to install the Ansible in the management server. Then we need to set up the passwordless authentication between the client and have to update the client detail in the inventory file. We have already installed Ansible in the server. Now we can set up passwordless authentication between the management server and client. We have to generate an SSH key in both servers. We can use SSH keygen command to create the SSH key. We have created the SSH key in the server. Now we can set up in the client server. After creating the key, we need to create a file in the .ssh folder of the user. Here we are authentication between the root user, so we are creating an authorized key file in the root users .ssh folder. Changing the permission to 600. Now we can copy the management server key to the authorized key file. We have added the management server key. Now we can log in from the server. we are able to log in without password. So our authentication setup has been completed. Jenkin application is running as a Jenkin user. We need to give sudo user privileges to Jenkin user to execute the command with root privileges. We can see that it asking the password. So we need to add the Jenkin user in the sudo user file and to configure a passwordless login for Jenkin user. We can use vi sudo command to edit the configuration file. We have added the Jenkin user in the sudo user file. Now we can execute the sudo command without password. It's working fine now. Now we need to configure the Ansible inventory file. We have to add the client IP address in the Ansible host file. Now we have added the client IP address in our management server. Our management server setup has been completed. We can start setup. We need to add the client IP address in the playbook. We have added the IP address. Now we can execute the Ansible playbook as a Jenkin job. We are executing this command using the Jenkin job. I am copying this command. Now I am logging to the Jenkin and we can start creating a Jenkin job. In Jenkin, go to new item, we can create a job. I have created a job. Now we need to add the command in the build setup. In build setup, execute shell, I am adding this command. Our Jenkin job creation has been completed. Now we can execute the Jenkin job. We have executed the Jenkin job. Now we can check the status in the build history. In build history, console output will give you the build status. We can see that the execution has been started. It will take some time to execute the job. Console output, we can see that the execution has been started. Now it's gathering the facts. After that it will start executing the first job. So we can see that the first job has been completed, the package installation, and it's starting the MySQL service. Now we can check the status once the job execution has been completed. Now the job execution has been completed. Now we can check the status of the script execution. We can see that the package installation has been completed. Started the MySQL and HTTP services. MySQL user and database has been created. Created the configuration file. After downloaded the WordPress and created the configuration file. And changed the configuration file, database name, username and password. 16 steps has been completed. We can see that the status is success. Now we can access the WordPress using web interface. Now we can access the website through the web interface. We are able to access the site as per our installation. The config file is already created so that the installation is not asking the database and database user detail. It's asking the WordPress username and password. Database name and username it will take from the configuration file. Now we can give the username and password and email address. Now the WordPress installation has been started. After this installation, we are able to log in to the WordPress using the username and password that we given during the installation. Here it is AKS Linux Tech and the password. Now we can log into the WordPress. We are able to log into the WordPress. If you want to change the WordPress theme of the site, go to the appearance, then change the theme. If you want to add a new theme, download a new theme and activate the theme that which you wanted. This is an automation video, so I am using a default theme and activate it. Here we can add a new theme if you want. Now we can log out the WordPress admin and check the status of the installation. Our WordPress site is working fine. The WordPress Ansible automation video has been completed. If you like my video, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching my videos.